TV St. John's.
Oh no!
What is it, honey?
The fuzzy Fizzbies and the golden Pufflets aren't returning to the forest.
Oh no, let me see. Wow. Well, that's weird. I mean, I know we already helped the fruit forest, but for some reason the golden Pufflets and the fuzzy Fizzbies haven't come back. I guess we'll have to make some more to help all the rest come back. What do you guys think?
Yeah!
Awesome. Welcome to this episode of Nerd Mom's Kitchen Adventures, where we make healthy eating fun and delicious. As usual, I have my two sous chefs with me, Aaron and Michael.
Hi.
And this week, we're going to be making the golden Pufflets and the fuzzy Fizzbies that belong in the fruit forest that we saved a few episodes ago in the quest for the golden banana bread. So if you haven't seen that one yet, make sure to go check it out. I love these recipes. They are quick, easy, delicious, and very nutrient dense, so they're great for you. And the kids love them. And most of the ingredients should actually be school safe, so the kids can take them to school, which is great. All right, let's get started with the golden Pufflets. So these are actually no-bake recipes, which is great, nice and easy. But the first thing I did was I boiled the kettle, and I've been soaking 2 cups of dates that are already pitted for about 10 minutes. And the reason why I do that is they plump up, they get nice and soft and kind of mushy, so they just work a little bit better in these recipes. So for the golden Pufflets, we are starting with 2 cups of dates pitted that I've already soaked. I'm going to take those out now, and I'm going to give them a rough chop. And if you want, with this recipe, you can blend it all together in a food processor if you want everything a bit smoother. I like having texture to my golden Pufflets, so I'm gonna just give the dates a rough chop, and everything else I'm gonna leave whole and just mix it in. But that's your call. This is, like a lot of recipes, another one where if you want, you can add whatever nuts or seeds that you like. So if you like walnuts, you can put in walnuts, or pecans or almonds or whatever you feel like, flax seeds. It's really adaptable, which is great. All right, let's get these out and on the cutting board. Now I'm going to save the water because if I find it's a little bit too dry, I can use a little bit of the reserved water. And the great thing with this water is where it had the dates soaking in it, there is some nutrients in it as well as flavor. So instead of using water from the sink, you want to reserve your water. It's good. I think that's it. All right, put that aside for now.
It's gonna be so yummy.
It is going to be so yummy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now these are pretty mushy, so I'm not going to be too concerned with how small I cut them. It's just literally a rough chop so that they'll mix in well together. Alrighty, so we've got our dates chopped up here, and from here on in, pretty much we're just going to mix everything together except for the coconut chips, because they're going to be used for decoration. So I will add in my dates. Put that aside. Now, next, we have 1 cup of pumpkin puree. You want to add that in, honey?
Yes, please. Can I do the next?
You can.
Yay.
And you can add 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. Here we go. You want to use that to scrape it in? Or is that good? Okay. Now, honey, do you want to put in 2 cups of rolled oats?
Sure thing.
And Mr. Michael, we're going to put in some, that's a 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds. And then we've got an 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon here mixed together. But if you've got a favorite pumpkin pie spice or gingerbread spice, you can use that. Use about a teaspoon of it. There you go. You can put that in. There we go. And we've got a 1/4 cup of hemp hearts. Now, like I said, if you don't have hemp hearts, you could use ground flax. Either or works well. They're really high in healthy fats, so I absolutely love using those. And here you'll notice I've got about a handful of dark chocolate chips. So what you want is low sugar, high content, high percentage of dark chocolate chips, or any kind of dark chocolate. What you're looking for is about 70% or higher. You want to put those in? All right. Now we're just going to stir it all up.
Can I also stir them?
Yeah.
Same?
Yeah.
This is gonna taste so yummy.
Yeah, these are yummy, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They look better than last time.
All right, bud, you want to do a little stir?
Also, a fun fact about dates, some people actually call them nature's candy because they're sweet, but they're also healthy.
That's right. So even though they're very sweet, they do have some fiber in them. Now, they are quite sweet, so you want to use them relatively sparingly, but they've got a lot of nutrition in them. So this recipe, it's got iron, vitamin C, fiber, protein, magnesium, so it's great to help you feel full, as well as it's got a lot of building blocks, and it's great for your brain. Yes, buddy?
Does it have vitamin C?
Yes, it does have vitamin C in it.
It was
Right.
orange.
It is orange, yeah. And it also has beta carotene in it too. There you go. Give that a little stir.
It's looking good already.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to make them little balls and then put little things in them, and then we can eat them.
All right, here, let me finish that up.
Can I have some? Can I have real quick? Same.
All right. Now, we've got everything all nice and stirred up. The only thing we haven't added in yet is the coconut chips because they're gonna be the little wings. Like I said, if you want this to be a smoother texture, you can do the whole thing in the food processor. You might just need to add a little bit of water so that it doesn't bind up. But we're just going to leave it just like it is. We're going to take a small handful each, maybe about the size of a Timbit, and roll it up. Squish it together. All right. So you want it to be about this size, and we're just going to lay it on a parchment-lined pan because we're going to stick them in the freezer. Do you guys want to do some?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, now that we've got our pufflets formed, we are going to make some little wings for them. So, I buy these coconut chips. They don't have any sugar in them. You want to check to make sure that they don't have sugar in them. Sometimes they do. But all we're going to do is we're just going to take some little chips and, squish you back in. And we're going to make some little wings out of our pufflets. There we go. You guys want to make some wings?
I'm making ears too. I'm making little ears.
Okay. Alrighty, and here we have our golden pufflet all nice and decorated and ready to go. The kids decided to put little faces on theirs. So, I mean, your kids can really decorate them however they want, which is kind of fun. Now, we are going to put these in the freezer to let them set up. And then I just store them in the freezer. They're good there for a couple of weeks, although they don't seem to last that long in our house, hey?
Nope, we love them.
We love them. All right. I'm going to put these in the freezer and we will be right back to start with the Fuzzy Fizzbies. Welcome back. So, while our golden pufflets are freezing, we're going to get started on the Fuzzy Fizzbies. Now, this one uses dates as well, so just like the last one, I have my dates already soaking in boiling water, and we're going to let those just sit for a second. I'm going to start by making a partridge berry sauce. So basically all we're doing is we're just going to take some partridge berries. Now, you don't need to have partridge berries. You can use cranberries or rhubarb. You just basically want something that's a little bit tart because this is a very rich recipe. So you want something to kind of cut the richness a little bit. So all we're going to do, I have a cup of partridge berries here. We're going to put them in a pot and heat them up just to a simmer. And we're going to let them cook basically until the partridge berries break down a bit. Now we may need to add a little bit of water to this, just to make it a bit saucier. Because what we will eventually do then is we're going to strain them through a strainer so that you take out the pulp, but you're left with the flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this. So we're gonna start with maybe about a tablespoon of water. Alright, I'm going to just put this burner aside and let these cook while I prep everything else. Alrighty, so just like before, we are going to take our dates. This time I've got 1 cup of dates, and we're going to strain them and give them a rough chop. Now, if you want this to be really smooth, I've made them before, and if you do them in the food processor, they kind of turn out more like truffles, which are really good. But today I'm just going to chop them up and mix them together because I'm not in the mood to wash my food processor. But still, we're going to reserve the water in case we need it. And we'll just give the dates a little rough chop. Like I said, this is 1 cup of dates. What?
I said, okay.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take these now. We're going to put them in our bowl. And we're literally just going to start mixing everything else in. Put that aside. All right, so that's 1 cup of dates. Next, we've got 6 tablespoons of hemp hearts. I'll mix that in. We've got 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. And cocoa is actually a superfood. It's very high in antioxidants and very, very good for you. All right, that's good. Next, we've got 2 tablespoons of unsweetened coconut. And again, coconut is really, really good for you. And we've got 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Now, if you want, you can melt it. This should be soft enough that it's just going to mix in, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. There you go. Put that in there. That's good. And coconut oil is a healthy fat. It's really, really good for you. Go. Again, we're going to just throw in a handful of dark chocolate chips and a little bit of Himalayan pink salt and sea salt because salt really goes well with chocolate.
Yeah.
So it'll just help to bring out the flavor. I use about 1/4 teaspoon, not a whole lot. All right. Now, I'm just going to go check on our partridge berries, see if they're broken down enough, and if they are, we're going to add those in. Alrighty, so our partridge berry sauce is ready. So we're just going to strain it here through a fine mesh sieve. It's still a little bit hot. It's actually better if you take the time to cool it, but we're going to do it this way today. So all you want to do, you'll notice it doesn't really go through very well. So we're just going to take a spoon and stir it around and all the sauce will go down into the bowl. And this is going to really, it's going to help cut the richness of all the chocolate. Don't get me wrong, I love chocolate. But it's also going to add a really nice depth to the flavor. Plus, partridge berries, especially if you get nice local berries, are a total superfood. Look how red that is. Isn't that beautiful?
I love partridge berries.
Me too.
Tiny
Me
bit
too.
bitter, all yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Any partridge berries are yummy.
I agree.
Except for no berries. Those are the worst berries.
So basically you can see there's really not much more liquid coming out of this. So we'll just scrape off what's here on the bottom. There we go. And this will actually help to melt the coconut oil. Put that aside. And we're just going to stir that up now.
Could I stir it up a bit?
Mm-hmm.
Same as me?
Mm-hmm.
Mixy time.
Now that our Fuzzy Fizzbies are all mixed together, this is the fun part. You can get your kids involved, which is great. We are going to roll them into little balls. These are going to be smaller than the Golden Pufflets because this is so rich. I would say like half the size of the Golden Pufflets. We're going to roll them into balls and then we're going to cover them. I have some cocoa powder here and some coconut. Unsweetened coconut. We're going to cover them those. I've also done them in pistachios, which are really yummy, but I like trying to keep some of the snacks school safe, so we're avoiding the pistachios today. But really, you can roll them in hemp hearts. You can roll them in just about anything that you want to, really. So, but today we're going to do cocoa powder and unsweetened coconut flakes. So if these are a little bit warm, you can put them in the fridge to help them set up a little bit before you roll them, or else they'll end up being a bit mushy. So we're going to just... And the other thing you can do too, you want to keep your hands nice and cool. So if you need to run them under cold water, you can. There we go. Good, bud?
Whoopsies.
It's okay.
Cool design.
Thank you.
What's the design?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the design? Look. A pizza. Oh, pizza. You made a pizza. What did you make with that one? That one is a person. Where's the head?
6. All right. Alrighty, so here we have our fuzzy Fizzbies and our golden Pufflets, and they are ready to go back into the fruit forest where they will live nice and happily. We're going to go put these in the box in the woods, and we will see you the next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Want to try one?
Save the Pufflets. We shall not save the Pufflets. They're going to go extinct.
Yum, 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 yum.
If you have a comment about this program,